just passing that oar to the person in front of you, it gets the blade a lot closer to the bow, so it takes less force to move the boat how the coxswain wants.
Friends of Shenandoah, Friends of Port Rowing, Pelham Community, Narragansett. Attention. Go.
And they're off. So for these starting strokes, you're starting from a dead stop, so you want to really quickly get that boat up to pace. And so each crew will be a little bit different of how they approach the start. Typically you'll see like a 3/4 slide, half slide, 3/4 slide, and full. Just they're a little bit shorter strokes meant to just try to get that boat speed up, and then you'll take your high strokes after that and continue to push the boat as fast as you can before you settle back down. Here's a good look at port. I feel like they're trying to establish an early lead here. You can see lane 3, Concord on the far side, and CBC in lane 1 with their bow ball still in this mix. Really good and close start here from these crews in this freshman novice 4.
Audrey, what's your favorite focus when you shift to base? Like, the stroke is often talked about like a cycle, like everything feeds into the next. So when you're like, oh, I need to work on my direct catches, like, well, actually maybe go 2 steps back and work on how your hands come away around the finish. So there's no wrong answer, obviously, but like what sort of calls do you think these coxswains are making?
Typically I think what you'll see in high school and college crews coming off of a high stroke is a really big shift. So it's taking a little more time on the recovery and then bringing the stroke rate down. For me personally though, I'll think about lengthening. Those high strokes are usually very short, very fast. I'll typically get to easily sit at 40 strokes a minute, but you can't hold that, and it's a very short stroke. So then for me, I think about lengthening, and it's kind of what you talked about with that cycling. It's just like, how can I make it a little bit longer, make my drive longer?
Right, because it's not just about how powerfully you can push the boat forward off the oar, it's also like how much can you use the equipment to your advantage. So like when you're talking about length, it's like if you have a longer lever, and that's why a lot of people say like so many great rowers are like taller, just because they have like the leverage. But if you can just maximize whatever you have, it's like free speed. And so sometimes a rower that is super tall might not be using their full leverage because they're basically taking like half slide strokes. Whereas an athlete that's shorter but taking full slide strokes because they get all the way up to the catch and keep the oar in all the way through the finish might actually be rowing longer.
As a shorter athlete,
I didn't mean it as an
no.
at all.
No, I know, but that's actually something I learned very early on.
And now she's got one of the longest strokes in the United States, people. You heard it here. But looking at all these 4s across the creek, super awesome racing happening here. And it looks like the boats are so spread out, and it really depends on what's happening around you. But even having one boat in like the next lane over, your peripheral vision can like sense that boat right there, and you don't really need to look out to know that they're there.
Which is really important. We did just see
I was like,
that
girl, I didn't mean
take a peek.
I didn't mean to draw attention to that as you did it.
But keeping that focus in the boat, but also turning your head upsets the set of the boat as well.
Right, because oftentimes when you turn your head, you also shift your hip. And when
Yeah.
you shift your hip, you move your leg, and then suddenly most of your body mass is off kilter.
Yeah.
Unless you have really great neck mobility. this do not.
It's not something I typically work on.
But you know what? You can't. I've seen people work on it, and I was like, I didn't know you could wrap a band around your forehead, but Lauren O'Connor, you did it. You did it. And it's working. Here they come, girls, freshmen, novice, U16 fours into those red buoys. This is a great time in the season to experiment with those sprint sequences. Oftentimes, coxswains here, especially in the last 250, will use like a strategy called chunking, where we just break the race into manageable pieces, and if you can convince the brain that the end of the tunnel is close, it helps the athletes to really stay on the rhythm, stay on the force application that they're producing. And so oftentimes you'll have a sprint sequence that's like 3 by 10 strokes. The first 10, we're going to focus on pushing our legs even harder. Maybe it's 1% harder, maybe it's 10% harder. Depends on the athlete. But the next 10 might be for quick catches, so getting all 4 blades entering at the same time. And then, I don't know, last 10 strokes.
We would call it the kitchen sink.
Yeah, max out. Just like don't leave any stone unturned and bring the rate up. And sometimes at like the international level, you see it a lot where like the Italians are renowned for just like breaking the stroke into half slide strokes. And it literally becomes this like, instead of a loping like pole vaulter type like force application, it looks like they're just like on a hamster wheel and they're like cycling it around.
Yes, we did just have a very close finish here
We did.
between
I was trying to distract from it because I couldn't tell who was going
Mary
to win.
Vincent and CBC.
Here comes Emma Willard, and next to them, probably. Oh, I can't see their uni from this angle. But great race there from the girls, freshman, novice, U16 fours.
Maritime rowing,
And we're
Back up
looking
at the start.
the
Saratoga rowing,
boys
Friends of
middle
Port
school
rowing.
coxed
Biscayne.
quad. Final one.
Testing.